Let's make CATNAP for under $10. You're gonna need some dark purple, some light purple plushy kind of fabric, a gray and a black felt, and some gold crafting paper, and some fluff. The prices reflect the sales that my local hobby shop has every other week. So if you're a big fan of Hobby Lobby, you'll know exactly when to go and get this stuff. You're gonna wanna start out and lay the light purple fabric down nice and smooth. I hand drew a stencil like I know what I'm doing. A link to it will be on my Instagram and in the community post on YouTube. Then you're gonna wanna start laying your stencils out accordingly to make sure you can get everything that you need. All right, your light purple sheet should look a little something like this. Yeah, pretty sure I still don't know what I'm doing. Now we're going to break out the darker purple for the paw pads, feet, and the inner part of the ear. And your dark purple sheet should look a little something like so. And now for the painstaking process of cutting everything out. Now once everything's cut out, you should end up with something a little bit like this. You have your spot for your tail, the head, the legs, the arms. As you see, they are labeled. The ears, the outer ears, and the body. It's pretty simple. And here comes a little bit of a tricky part. I purchased some Fabri-Tac or Fabric Fusion. I even tried using hot glue, but I ended up burning myself. My mistake. But if you know how to sew, then sew. Now I'm going to start with the arms, so go ahead and flip them around because you're going to glue them down pretty side down, just like this for both of them. And according to the instructions on the fabric glue that you're using, follow that accordingly. I'm going to go ahead and glue these real fast. But before I do, let me remind you, we're only just gluing the bottom line, just like so. Oop. And just a nice little line right there for each one. And I'm just gonna place it down this way. That way there, when it dries and you fold it over, it's gonna have a, well, hypothetically speaking, it's gonna have a nice seam. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that to this side as well. Now I'm going to do the ears, the nice sides, in facing in each other. And we're gonna take the glue and just go around the edge, just very, very slightly, and just be gentle with your glue. That's a nice bead right there. And I'm just gonna tack that onto there, just gently place it on there and just set it off to the side to let it dry per instructions. Now this is just stuff I just picked up at my local Walmart for literally just a couple bucks. We are still in budget. And now the same process with the leg stencil. Just do a straight line right across on each one. Just be patient, something that I definitely don't have. And go ahead and put these things right there. Same with the tail, just go all the way around it. Nice even bead all the way around. Weird enough on the pretty side. Even if it's not perfect, we are gonna have a lot of fun making this guy. And just gently just lay that one down as nice as you can get it. And just pull the fabric as needed. And I'm gonna set that off to the side. Now you'll notice I did cut some notches into the body, into the face. That's because when you have it to seam it together, it'll help create that contour, that convex shape that you're kind of wanting for it in a plushie. It's not much, but it kind of just gets the point across. So let's go ahead and glue these together pretty side and just leave it folded like this for now. We're just gonna glue this part right quick. Well, according to this stuff, it says it takes about 2 to 4 hours to dry, so We'll get back to you when it's done drying and we'll keep gluing some more up. Now that those pieces are completely dry, you should end up with a little something like this, nice and sturdy. And now let me show you what to do next. You're gonna wanna lay that down pretty side up and take your glue. We're just gonna run it just right here on one side, like this. One nice bead, just like so. And now you're gonna wanna just fold it over, nice and even. And just kind of push those pieces in because you want to get these to line up right here. You want to get those to line up just like that and set it off to the side. And I went ahead and glued up the other ones, and now we're just going to let them dry up. Now with the tail and the ears, you can go ahead and invert it just like so. Just work it a little bit, and there's a nice little cat ear. All right, now for the face, we're going to head and make it the nice side up. Of course, you're going to want your ears, get them where you want them, but we're going to put them inwards like this. Now move the ears off to the side because we're going to go ahead and glue all the way around it, but we're going to leave a little area right here for the neck. And now I'm going to lay the ears right on top of it. Make sure they're pointing in, just like that. Gonna bring the other one too. Make sure it's getting in this vicinity right here. So just like that. We're not putting the insides on just yet. We're gonna do that later. Now it should look a little something like that, and we're gonna put a little bit more glue right here and maybe off to the sides, just a hair, and glue the other side. All right, now you definitely want to get and squish it into these little areas right here so it's all nice and seamless. So let's go ahead and let all that dry, and then we'll get ready for the final glue down and start putting this thing together. From this point, we're going to go ahead and invert the legs and the arms now. Now we're going to do a similar approach and invert the head. Now you want to take the outer ear and you kind of want to like level it up because you're definitely going to want to trim it to where you kind of want it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim mine right there. And for that part, you can either use the fabric glue or you can use hot glue. But if you're a child, you may need adult supervision. But if you're an adult, you may need child supervision. Now the base for CATNAP's head is pretty much complete. Now let's start stuffing the body. So go ahead and get your fluff out. Now this next part is going to be a little bit more tedious because we're going to have to figure out a way to shove the tail and its feet inside of it. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and like kind of map out where you want everything to be. So that's going to be basically where we're going to want it. So what we're going to do, you're going to want to glue all around here, all around that nice and close to the edge, but you're going to want to put these in with just a little bit of slack like that. So essentially we're going to glue everything like this, and this is where it gets a little kind of an annoyance. So you're going to want to keep gluing them all in just like that, and then glue the tail just like that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that up real quick and come right back. So once that's glued and dried up, it's gonna kind of look like this little cluster of goodies. So now I'm gonna show you what the next step is gonna be. Let's get to it. All right, so this is where it gets extremely annoying, but the end result pays off. But basically, pretty side down, we're gonna lay it on top. Not exactly how it's going to be, but we're going to glue here, around that arm, here, and around this leg, go through the tail right there, and again, right here, and then you're gonna smash this into place, kind of squishing everything up into there. And then after that's dry, we're gonna unravel it. So now I am going to go glue this cluster up. All right, your purple Ninja Turtle cat should look a little something like this little clump of fur. But before we continue, if you really like what we're doing here with all this fun little artsy stuff, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And if you really like what we're doing and you're really having fun doing this project, hit that like button for me. Let YouTube know that we're doing a freaking awesome job here. Oh yeah, for the real reason why we're here, this thing. All right, let's try to invert it. Just go ahead and just push it inwards and outwards. And you should have a nice catnap looking body right there. Now we're gonna stuff it. Get you a big old wad of the fluff and stretch open that neck hole and just start shoving away. Just like that. You can get them as thonky, as thick, or as fluffy as you'd like them to be. Actually, I'm kind of happy with what little bit we got in there. Now on to the next step. And now for the fun stuff. Go ahead and get your gray felt out. We're gonna do a nice little strip of gray, maybe about a ½ inch or so or whatever makes you happy, right here for the zipper. Let's go ahead and knock that out real fast. And after we got that stripped down, just lay it across and we're gonna cut it about right here. Now I'm gonna run a bead of hot glue right there. And just lay it there. Be careful to burn yourself. I've been doing that plenty of times. All right, so far so good. And while I got a big ball of fluff in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and just shove it all in to its face. Like so. Little fluffy kitty. Now for his little crescent moon charm, I did draw something that you could trace out as part of the stencil to create the charm, or you can do what I like to do and just scavenge the house for something in a very similar shape to use to mark it out. And I'm gonna go search now. I found a measuring cup. I think this will work. Now we're going to go ahead and hot glue the back of the crescent moon, just like that. Just being careful so you don't burn yourself. X this off and then we'll flip it over and just place it right there. Give it a little pat pat. All right, that looks great. In the stencil provided, you can cut the mouth out, and here's the shape of the mouth, and there's the shape of the eyes and the nose that you can also cut out and use on the black felt. But I found some black cabochons in my art stuff, which I opted out for his eyes. So let's go ahead and glue everything on his face now. All right, just run a nice hot glue bead around that mouth. Still taking precautions because I am one to burn myself. All right, and now we'll carefully grab it and kind of push it into place. Kind of be a little quick so the stuff doesn't dry. And I got a little burn, but go ahead and push that in. And right above, well, let me get a little bit behind there. And a little spot right there for the nose. All right, now we're gonna put the eyes on right there. Big old thick glob and another big old thick glob. So we'll put one eye right there and the other one right. All that's really left to do is put this onto this to make him come to life. Now, if you're like me, I have no idea what I'm doing. So you can either opt in for hot glue, fabric glue, or if you know how to sew. All right, I decided I'm gonna butcher this whole process and I'm going to nice thick layers of hot glue right up here. And get it all in there. And then I'm just going to gently work that face into it, just like so. I'm gonna hold that for a minute and I say we can call that complete. And done.
See how you are, you don't just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get.
Just kidding, this was my very first attempt, so yours looks way better than this. Our CATNAP Plushie is complete. Let me know what you think in the process in the comment section down below. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more artsy content. And now, let's check him out in some glamour shots.
it.